Wow, that's amazing. And let's put another hat on now. So you chaired some groups with people that don't know. Vistage is the world's biggest CEO organization. And basically, you had to use speakers every month. How did you choose speakers? How did you rate them? Which kind of speakers did you like? Which speakers didn't you like? And for anyone that actually wants to get into speaking with groups like Vistage or any CEO organization, what kind of advice would you give them as an ex-chair?
Oh, that's a great but loaded question, Frank. There's so many pieces to that. My groups were spoiled because they would tell you that I got them the best speakers. Why? Well, first of all, I've been a speaker for Vistage longer than I've been a chair. 27 years as a speaker, 20 years as a chair. So I know all the best speakers, and I'm in all the networks and stuff. So I was always able to pick the best. And what do I consider the best? Interactive. And every speaker says they're interactive, and they're not. You know, just because you ask a question twice in a speech does not make you an interactive speaker. And I know that. And that's why my members always said I picked the best speakers, because I would look for that and I would know who do that. And that's what I do. And I think a lot of reasons why a lot of speakers went out of business this year during COVID is they thought they could just take their speech and put it online on a virtual platform. And that's not true. I hate to use the word pivot, but you had to. You had to look at a whole new venue of speaking. It's the same thing with keynote speakers from NSA, the national speakers, really big name speakers who wanted to speak in Vistage. And I was so excited. Of course, I'll take Mr. Big Name Speaker. And they'd come in and they'd bomb. Because Vistage, again, completely different platform. 3 hours with executive CEOs who are bottom line, who think they and do know almost everything, is very different than a keynote speech to 2,000 in an association. You know this, Frank, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a whole new skill that you've got to learn if you're going to be working over there. And these people are ruthless. If you're not good, they will tell you. If you don't know your topic, they will slice you up and kick you out.
Go, thank you very much after the first 15 minutes. Yeah, I always say it's not for the faint of heart. Let's put it that way. But it's very rewarding. You talk about sales and marketing, Frank. I've not had to make any sales and marketing calls since I've been speaking for Vistage, because that's like my showcase. And that's where I get hired by decision makers. So for people who want to speak for Vistage, you can go online and apply. There's a process. But again, I'd say don't burn your bridges unless you're ready. I coach a lot of people who want to be Vistage speakers because it's very different than regular speaking. All these different venues are. Virtual speaking is different, keynote speaking is different, Vistage speaking is different.
And as you said, the Vistage speaking, I mean, you're in front of an audience of 20 buyers every time. If you're really good, if you're adding value and they can see something, they're going to hire you and you're going to get a ton of work. But you've got to prove yourself, and you really got to know what you're talking about, because these are smart people.
Yeah. And as I said, for me, that's been the biggest bonus in terms of sales and marketing. It's a showcase, and then I get hired without having to do anything. But again, when I say don't burn bridges, a lot of people will apply, they'll get in, and boom, they go, and then what happens? They get really low scores, and you know about the scoring system, and it's hard to get rid of. So I say don't do this until you're really ready to do this.
And the other thing is, don't become precious about your fees. If you're a high-earning keynote speaker, you're going to go and work for Vistage, you're not going to get much money. But boy, oh boy, it's the best paid marketing gig you're ever going to have. Would you agree with that, Mikki?
Absolutely, Frank. Well said. I couldn't have said it better myself.